If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. In this video, I discuss the Agni-V, which is the latest and greatest ballistic missile of India, and compare it with the ICBMs of China, Russia, and USA. Agni-V allows India to strike anywhere in China and thus provides a real deterrent to Chinese threats. China supports Pakistan fully, both politically and militarily, and thus both Pakistan and China remain real threats to India's survival. For this reason, USA is seeking to ally itself with India so as to curb the rise of China. Russia remains an old and trusted friend of India. After independence from Britain in 1947, India did not develop nuclear weapons or missiles due to its people and leaders having faith in the erroneous pacifist philosophy of Gandhi. After its defeat at the hands of the Chinese in 1962, and after the Kashmiri Hindus were driven out of their own country due to Islamic terrorists and Pakistan army infiltrating India-ruled Kashmir, starting 1990, Indian people have realized the great importance of military might and the need to counter the threat posed by Pakistan and China. So, on December 2018, at 7th test, India successfully test-fired nuclear-capable ballistic missile Agni-V, which has a strike range of 5,000 kilometers. This trial completed the Agni-V pre-induction trials. A range of 5,500 kilometers is generally considered the threshold between intermediate range and intercontinental ballistic missile. A missile's range can be extended by lightening its payload. Now, here are 6 things that you need to know about nuclear-capable Agni-V. Number 1, Agni-V is a 3-stage missile and is 17 meters tall and 3 meters wide. This is the 7th trial of the indigenously developed surface-to-surface missile. Number 3, it is capable of carrying 1.5 tons of nuclear warheads. Number 4, India has in its armory the Agni missile series, Agni-1 with a range of 700 kilometers, Agni-2 with a range of 2,000 kilometers, Agni-3 with a range of 2,500 kilometers, and Agni-4 with a range of more than 3,500 kilometers. Agni-1, Agni-2 and Agni-3 are actually meant for Pakistan, and Agni-4 and Agni-5 can reach China. Number 5, the Agni-V is the latest and most advanced variant in terms of navigation and guidance, warhead and engine. Number 6, the missile has a payload capacity of 1,500 kilogram of high explosive warhead, and once inducted in the military, as BBC has said, India will join an exclusive club of countries like the US, Russia, China, France and Britain, which have intercontinental ballistic missile capabilities. Now, there is an anti-satellite version. India made an anti-satellite version of Agni-V and in early 2019 tested its anti-satellite weapon by destroying its own satellite that was hovering over Earth at the height of around 283 kilometers. ASAT, or anti-satellite weapon, would require reaching about 800 kilometer altitude. Agni-V offers the boosting capability and the kill vehicle, which with advanced seekers will be able to home into the target satellite. India has already tested such an anti-satellite or ASAT weapon. Now the question is Agni-V inducted? Once the Agni-V is inducted into its armed forces, India will join the super exclusive club of countries with long-range ICBMs, which have a range of over 5,000 kilometers, alongside the US, Russia, China, France, and the UK. Is Agni-V MIRV capable? Yes. MIRV means multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. This means on the top of one missile you have multiple warheads. A single MIRV equipped missile can deliver multiple warheads at different targets. Even with a range of only 5,000 kilometers, the Agni-V could hit any target in China, including Beijing. Agni-V would also carry MIRV, that is multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, payloads being concurrently developed. Is Agni-V nuclear capable? Yes. Agni-V is a solid fuel intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, developed by DRDO, or Defense Research and Development Organization of India. It will greatly expand India's reach to strike targets more than 5,500 kilometers away. How good is Agni-V? Agni-V is the country's longest range missile with a proven hit capability and capable of carrying nuclear warheads. One proof of this is that it has evoked strong reactions and concerns from China. These concerns and reactions from China are proof that they are worried about Agni-V. Now let's talk about reaction to last testing of Agni-V. Agni-V has been tested many times. The last testing was in December 2018. Reaction of China. The state-owned China Central Television, or CCTV, reported that the test was, quote, a historic moment for India, and it shows that India has joined the club of the countries that own ballistic missiles, unquote. However, CCTV listed some of the missile shortcomings and reported that, quote, it does not pose a threat in reality, unquote. More negative commentary can be found in Global Times, a state-run tabloid, which reported that India, quote, still lags behind in infrastructure construction, but its society is highly supportive of developing nuclear power, and the West chooses to overlook India's disregard of nuclear and missile control treaties, unquote, and warned India not to, quote, overestimate its strength, unquote. Subsequently, they also claim that although India may have missiles that can reach all parts of China, India stands, quote, no chance in an overall arms race, unquote, with the country. Chinese experts say that the missile actually has the potential to reach targets 8,000 kilometers or 5,000 miles away, and that the Indian government had, quote, deliberately downplayed the missile's capability in order to avoid causing concern to other countries. Now, reaction from Britain. The BBC reported that the launch marked the moment India joined an so-called elite nuclear club that also included China, Russia, France, the US, the UK, and possibly Israel. Reaction of USA. Washington supports Agni-V. Responding to comparisons with North Korea's attempted launch of a long-range rocket that same week in December 2018, Jay Carney, former White House press secretary, said that, quote, India's record stands in stark contrast to that of North Korea, which has been subject to numerous sanctions, as you know, by the United Nations Security Council, unquote. A Washington-based think tank has claimed that the USA is supportive of India's efforts to close missile gap with China and is comfortable with the progress being made by New Delhi in this regard. Lisa Curtis, Senior Research Fellow for South Asia, and Baker Spring, Research Fellow in National Security Policy at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank in USA, said in a commentary, quote, the lack of US condemnation of India's latest missile test demonstrates that the US is comfortable with Indian progress in the nuclear and missile fields and appreciates India's need to meet the emerging strategic challenge posed by rising China, unquote. Further, quote, it is telling that no country has criticized India's missile test, unquote, the US expert wrote, quote, the US change in position with regard to Indian missile capabilities demonstrates how far the US-India relationship has evolved over the last decade, Curtis and Spring said. Reaction of NATO. NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen stated that they did not think India was a missile threat, nor a threat to NATO and its allies, despite India's advancement in missile technology. Now let's talk about India's nuclear arsenal. India possesses an arsenal of 130 to 140 plutonium-based nuclear warheads developed outside of the NPT, as it is not a signatory to the treaty. NPT means Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. It is actively seeking to expand its nuclear capabilities, including current development of ICBM and SLBM capabilities, and deployed its first ballistic missile submarine in August 2016. India's warheads are believed to be stored in a disassembled state, greatly increasing the time required to deploy nuclear weapons. However, it remains to be seen whether its nuclear posture and policy will shift with the development of the sea-based leg of its nuclear triad. Though Washington has pushed for increased inclusion of India in non-proliferation regimes in recent years, India still does not allow for international inspections at all of its nuclear facilities and maintains fissile material that could be developed into nuclear weapons, while some Indian entities continue to be sanctioned for non-proliferation violations. China and other countries blocked India's bid to become a member of the Nuclear Suppliers Group in January 2017. ICBM of USA. The United States currently operates 405 ICBMs in 3 USAF bases, US Air Force bases. The only model deployed right now is LGBM-30G Minuteman III. The US conducted an extensive nuclear testing program. Currently, the United States nuclear arsenal is deployed in 3 areas: land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles or ICBMs, sea-based nuclear submarine launched ballistic missiles or SLBMs, and air-based nuclear weapons of the US Air Force's Heavy Bomber Group. ICBM of Russia, the R-36M, also known as SS-18 Satan, is the world's longest range ICBM with a range of 16,000 kilometers. With a weight of 8.8 tons, the R-36M or SS-18 Satan is also the heaviest ICBM in the world. So this ICBM is really a Satan. ICBM of China, Dongfeng-41 or DF-41 is China's longest range ICBM, which can destroy targets on ranges between 12,000 kilometers and 15,000 kilometers. The three-stage solid propellant missile is considered to be one of the world's deadliest ICBMs. The missile has a maximum payload capacity of 2,500 kilograms or 2.5 tons and can carry up to 10 multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles or MIRV. It employs an inertial navigation system with updates from the Baidu navigation satellite system. That's all for today, friends. Thanks for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Also, please write your thoughts in the comment section below, and also share this video with your friends via WhatsApp, email, Twitter or other medium. I promise to bring you lots of interesting videos on many topics. My videos are the kind of videos that you would not find in other places. So please subscribe to my channel and remain connected with me. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a good night. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. You can also click on the share button and share this video with your friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, or via email.